I will give 3 minutes for solve the A part. Okay. In 3 minutes, you try to solve the A part of question number 1. After that, we will discuss about part B.
Please at least try to give some answers, some values on how to do it or actual working. Give some insight so that it is not a boarding class.
Okay, otherwise I will ask the random student for answer. Uday Singh. Uday Singh, BTech Computer Science. You understand what is the problem statement? A part. Okay, I start answer for A part. I'm just see. That is the given data. The MSS, that is the maximum segment size, is 536 byte. Okay. Then next given is TCP sequence number field is 4 byte. Okay. Then that 4 byte we convert into bit, that is 4 into 8, that is 32. Bit, that is the sequence number field. Then that is 2 raised to 32. How many? Tell me how many sequence number possible there? Just speak up. That sequence number field is 32 bit. Means how many sequence number possible?
2 to the power 32.
Good. Then one important thing is the sequence number does not increase with respect to segment size. The sequence number increase with respect to the number of data byte. Okay, then how much that maximum size is there? Okay, that is not based on the segment size. Okay, it's based on the byte. Means how many sequence number is possible there? That is the sequence number is 2 raised to 32 sequence number is assigned to the 2 raised to 32 that is a data, that 2 raised to 32 bytes. Okay, means maximum data that link transfer is 2 raised to 32 bytes. You got this one? This is a answer of the part A. I just try this. That's 2 raised to 32 byte means that is near about 4 byte maximum length of the, that is L part, 4 GB. Okay. Now try to, hence the maximum L file is 2 raised to 32 byte. Any doubt in this A part? Any student? Hello? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with this answer or you have any doubt?
Sir, one sequence number would be assigned to, sir, one packet, sir. So, sir, how can we say that one sequence number is assigned to 1 byte? I mean,
No, not like that. That sequence number increase with respect to number of byte data you have sent. Okay, 1 byte data you have sent, then sequence number is increased with 1. Okay, that's the main important thing is there. Many students are make mistake there. They put like a segment size, based on segment size they increase the sequence number, but that is not a correct. Okay, that Shubham Shankar is giving answer. He is considering that the sequence segment size is there, but that is wrong. Okay, it's increase based on the how much byte you transfer.
Okay, to clarify this, I'll just use an example. Okay, suppose we have a packet of let's say 128 bytes. So when that packet is sent, the next packet that will be sent is from 0 to 127 will the first packet size, and the next packet size is, let's say, from 128 to 255. So in that case, the sequence numbers will be used in such a way that the first packet will hold a sequence number, the end sequence number. Okay, instead of like packet 1, packet 2, it will hold the byte size as the sequence number. That happens with TCP. Okay, does that clarify it a little bit?
This is a part B. Tell me the number of segment there. How much number of segment is there? We have already discussed about L part. Okay, that previous question. Now tell me how much segment is there? Number of segment. Speak up. How much number of segment is there based on the last question? Shashwat Mishra.
Sir, I was unable to solve this question.
Okay, okay. Shubham? Shubham Shankar.
It 80129999. Oh, it's 2 power 32 by 526.
Okay. Okay, 2 raised to 32, that is the maximum length divided by that is the whatever sequence, maximum sequence number. Okay, that's what is the number, that is 8012999. Okay. What is the given that the 66 byte of header is added to each segment? Okay, then how many segment is there? Okay, the total amount of header is 2 raised to 32 divided by 536 into 66 byte. Okay, now tell me the total data transmit, header plus data, how much is there? Tell me. Just calculate. How much data transmit, header plus data? Tell me.
Gitan, Gitanjit Mehdi, could you please use the mic and answer instead of using the chat?
Yeah, so it will be 2 power 32 plus 66 into number of segments which we calculated above, which will sum up to about 4.82 GB approximately.
Like,
Yeah, whatever is like 2 power 32 plus that number of segments which we calculated above into 66. So 2 power 32 is about 4.19 GB, and the other one is around 5.8, 0.58 GB. So total is 4.82 GB.
not like that, it's not 4.8 GB, there is some calculation mistake.
No, 4.8 into 10 to the power 9 bytes.
Byte. Yes.
No, you cannot do 10 to the power 9. No, you have to use, when you're calculating this in gigabits, you have to do 2 to the power, because 1 gigabyte is 1.
Yeah, actually that's why I was saying it's approximately.
Okay, okay. Then how much bandwidth is there given in the question?
155 megabits.
55. Then tell me what is the transmission time now?
This 4.8 to 4, so like 4.8 into 10 to the power 9 divided by 155 into 10 to the power 6. So it will be around 250 seconds.
Answer is 250, near about 250 seconds. That's right. It's somewhat wrong is here. Okay.
It's a typo.
Typo mistake is there. Okay, right. If you have any doubt regarding question number 1, question part A and question part B, I am repeating, okay, because this type of question may come in the your end semester exam. Okay. You can start your question.
Okay, are the slides visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, do you guys have a basic idea about what TCP slow start, how it works, and how TCP congestion control works, and the difference between TCP Reno and TCP Tahoe? Do you have some understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This was done in your class, and I think it was asked in your midterm as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just look at this diagram, and we'll try to answer a few questions based on the diagram itself. Okay. So let's look at this. Number one, identify the intervals of time when TCP slow start is operating. So what happens in slow start? Can anybody tell me?
We start from and then increase it exponentially until we reach SS threshold.
Okay. And so in this diagram, what are the ranges in which slow start is happening?
1 to 5, I will say.
That is 6, I think.
Yes. Yeah, over
Okay.
6. Yeah.
Okay. Then where else?
Then in from 23 to till 26.
Okay, that is correct. So does anybody have any question regarding to this? Like how we can see the exponential graph, the growth of exponential growth, where the size is increasing from 1 to 2 and 2 to 4 after each transmission round. Okay, so any doubts until now? Okay, no doubts, then we'll move to the next one. Please try to identify the intervals of time when TCP congestion avoidance is operating. So what happens in congestion avoidance?
The linear increase.
Okay, so when does that happen? When does it start?
After we cross the SS threshold, so it increases by
Good,
then.
good. So in this diagram, where can we see congestion avoidance?
From 6 to 16, then it falls down from 17 to 22. After that, it falls down and goes to exponential.
Yeah. Okay, that is correct. So any doubts again? It's a very simple question, but if it is not clear, then it can cause a lot of problems. Okay, so let's look at the diagram. What is happening from 1 to 6? Slow start is happening, which is not actually very slow. Over some transmission rounds, after a certain transmission round, it actually gets faster than the congestion avoidance. Then once the SS threshold is reached, after that it begins congestion avoidance, where it grows linearly instead of exponentially. Okay, so now next question. Now look at the 16th transmission round. So after 16th transmission round, something is happening. It is going down. That can happen for two reasons. Either triple duplicate, that means 3 duplicate acknowledgements are received, or a timeout. But in case of TCP Reno, different things happen when either of those are achieved. Okay. So looking at the diagram, when we go from 16 to 17, can anybody tell me whether it is a triple duplicate ACK or a timeout?
It's a triple duplicate. Timeout
Why would you
causes
say
to
that?
go. Timeout causes it to go back to slow start again.
Okay. But there are more factors to this. So you just summarize it, but what else happens?
It goes to half of the threshold value.
What goes to half of the threshold?
The current window size.
Okay. Acha, okay. So in this case, after the 16 transmission round, the segment loss is detected by a triple duplicate ACK. If it was a timeout, the drop would be directly to 1. The start point would be 1 MSS again, okay, instead of dropping to a lower portion. So let's look at the the next question. After the 22nd transmission round, Is segment loss detected by a triple duplicate act or a timeout? We can look at 22. From 29, it is directly dropping to 1. Okay. So is it due to a triple duplicate act or a timeout?
Timeout.
Why would you say that?
You just told in the for the previous part.
Okay. Okay. So this is also clear. I hope nobody has any doubt regarding this. Simple, right? Okay. So what is the yes,
Excuse
yes,
me, sir.
yes.
In the 17th round,
Okay.
the congestion window size is it the half or plus half plus 3 ms?
Yes.
It is half plus 3 ms, right?
Half plus 3. Yes, yes. Half plus 3.
Okay. Sir.
Congestion window. I think that is for TCP Tahoe. I'm not sure. I'll confirm and get back to you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Here at 16th round, the size is 42, right?
Yes, yes.
Around. And for 17th round, it is around 24 instead of being
yes, yes.
21.
21 plus 3. Okay. Yes, yes. That is correct. Okay. So what is the initial value of SS threshold at the first transmission round? This is the first transmission round, the first exponential.
32.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay. So at 32, the exponentiation is stopping and it is growing by linear. So that happens only when the threshold, SS threshold is crossed. Okay. So what is the value of SS threshold at the 18th round? Okay, the question that you just asked is, yeah, I think. So what is the SS threshold at the 18th round? Yeah.
It will become half. The half of old condition window size.
Okay.
SS threshold will be 21.
Okay, that is correct. So what is the value of SS threshold at the 24th transmission round? Out here. Any answers?
15.
Sorry?
Acha threshold.
15, I guess.
It will be 14. We'll take the ground value, not the floor value, not the ceiling value. Okay, so it is 29 by 2, which is 14.5, and we'll take the ground value. Okay, so it will be 14. Okay, so let's look at this. During what transmission round is the 70th segment sent? You will have to do some calculations for this. Okay, so in the first round, one segment is being sent. In the second, 2 more. In the third, 4 more. In the fourth, 8 more. Fifth, 16. Sixth, 32. So you can just check using that. Okay. So we'll get to the answer a bit later. Just let's look at the questions. Okay. So assuming a packet loss is detected after the 26th round. Okay. So at 26th round, a packet loss is detected by the receipt of a triple duplicate ACK. So we are getting 3 duplicate acknowledgements. What will be the value of the congestion window size and of SS threshold? Any answers?
Sir, 4.
Sorry, 4. What will be
congestion
congestion window size or threshold?
SS threshold will be 4 and 7 will be congestion window size.
Okay, that is correct. So congestion half of CWND plus 3, right? 3 MSS. Okay. So this one will do afterwards. So let's look at the answers. Okay, TCP slow start is operating at the intervals 1, 6 and 23, 26. So here we can see 1 to 6 and 23 to 26. Okay. TCP congestion avoidance is operating in the interval 6 to 16 and 17 to 22. We have already discussed. This is also discussed. It was a triple duplicate acknowledgement. That's why it just went to half plus 3 MSS. Then after the 22nd round, segment loss is detected due to timeout, and hence the congestion window size is set to 1. Okay. This threshold is initially 32. Okay, that was already said. Then after it reaches, when the packet loss is detected, at transmission round 16, the congestion window size was 42 and it was half to 21 during the 18th transmission round. Then the transmission is set to half the value of the congestion window when packet loss is detected. When loss is detected during transmission round 22, the congestion window size is 29. Hence the threshold. See, we are taking the floor value. So 14.5 because 29 by 2. And here the question that was asked in the 70th, when is the 70th packet sent? So here we can see in the first one packet 1 is sent. In the second round 2 to 3 are sent. In the third 4 to 7. In the third in the fourth 8 to 15. In the fifth 16 to 31 and so on. Then during the 7th transmission 64 to 95, I think this is a mistake, 64 to 95 these packets are sent, and this is where the 70th packet will be sent. So during the 7th transmission this packet number 70 is sent. Okay, yeah, so yeah, what you were saying here, it is explained actually. New threshold value plus 3 MSS. So we can see 4 and 7 as answered by you. Now we'll go back to this one. Suppose this was TCP Reno, okay? Now TCP Tahoe is being used. So what happens in TCP Tahoe? Instead of going to half plus 3, it goes, it drops directly to 1 MSS. Okay, whenever a triple acknowledgement is received, triple duplicate acknowledgement received, or even if the loss is detected, timeout happens. Okay, so in case of TCP Tahoe, let's assume this is TCP Tahoe now. During the 16th round, if triple duplicates are received, then what will be the value of SS threshold and the congestion window size during the 19th round? Can anybody tell me? Do you have any idea about TCP Tahoe, how it works? If no, you can say no. I'll try to explain it one more time. No response? Okay, we'll look at the other question as well. Again, suppose TCP Tahoe is used and there is a timeout event at 22nd round. So there was an event, timeout event at 16th round, triple acknowledgement we received at 16th round, and at 22nd round there is a timeout event. Okay, so how many packets have been sent out from 17th round till 22nd round inclusively? So what happens is, whenever, even if a triple acknowledgement is received, the packet it begins starting from 1 MSS instead of going to half plus 3. Okay, so we'll start at the 17th round from 1. Then in the next round it will again increase exponentially, as in slow start. There is no congestion. What's this called? Congestion avoidance is not there. Okay, in case of TCP Tahoe. So it grows exponentially and immediately drops to 1 whenever triple acknowledgements are received or a packet loss occurs, packet timeout occurs. So from 17th round, it will start from 1, then it will increase to 2, then it will increase to 4, and it will increase to 8. Like it is increasing exponentially at each and every round. Okay, but if we use TCP Tahoe at 42, when this 42 is being reached at this 16th round, the threshold will be set at 21. Okay, half of 42, and it will start from 1. So 21 is the new SS threshold for TCP Tahoe. So during the 22nd round, it will try to go beyond 32, but since the threshold is 21, it will stop at 21 itself. So let's look at the solution. Okay, So threshold is 21 and congestion window size is 1 because TCP Tahoe, it will directly drop to 1, the congestion window size. So in round 17, 1 packet is sent. In round 18, 2 packets are sent. In round 19, 4 packets are sent. In round 20, 8 packets are sent. In round 21, 16 packets are sent. And in round 22, 21 packets are sent instead of 32 because the threshold was 21. So the total number of packets that are being sent is 52 in this case. Is it clear? Okay. No response. Okay, please look at this question and try to solve this one. It is very simple. No answers? Okay, we'll just look at the solution then. So this is the data that is given. The total, the RTT is 20 millisecond. Bandwidth is 1 Gbps, gigabits per second. The packet size is 1000 bytes. And the amount of efficiency that we require is greater than equal to 80%. Okay. So let us calculate the total. If the efficiency is 100%, it will have to use the entire channel. The entire channel needs to be used perfectly. So in that case, let's find the window size for 100% efficiency. So window size will be equal to maximum number of bits that can be transmitted in that one RTT, so that the channel is never empty. So we are given the bandwidth and the RTT is 20 milliseconds. So 1 Gbps, since bandwidth we can use 10 to the power instead of 2 to the power, so we'll be doing that. So 1 Gbps is 10 power 9 bits per second into 20 milliseconds, that is equal to 20 into 10 power minus 3 seconds. So what we can do is 10 to the power 9 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to 10 power 6. So 20 into 10 power 6 bits, which is equal to 2 into 10 power 7 bits. Okay. So what we can do is we can just use this number and multiply it with 0.8. If we do that, we'll get the window size for 80% efficiency. So if we required 50% efficiency, we could just do 0.5 into this number. So we are doing that here itself. 0.8 into 2 into 10 power 7 bits, which is the value from the previous answer. And then we are multiplying it to get 1.6 into 10 power 7 bits. So this is the window size for maximum efficiency, and this is for 80% efficiency. How does that relate to the number of packets? Since one packet is of 1000 bytes, so we can see that the window size will be equal to the total bits that are being sent divided by the packet size. So each packet is of 1000 into 8 bits. Since 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, so 1000 into 8 bits. So 1.6 divided by 10 power 7 into divided by 1000 into 8, which is equal to 2000 packets. Okay. So this is the solution for this answer. Next, Pradipda will be taking some questions. Thank you.
Hello. I expect answer from you for this question. Okay, don't be mum. A 20 kbps satellite link has a propagation delay of 40 milliseconds. The transmitter employs the go back and scheme with the n set to the 10, assuming that the each frame is 100 byte long. What is the maximum data rate possible? Okay, try to answer this question. What is mean that maximum data rate possible means? Give me answer. Maximum data rate possible. It means threshold. Okay. Throughput. Okay. Okay. You have to find a throughput. Use a simple throughput formula and give me answer. Sanket, are you doing this problem? Okay. Sanket, Gunti.
Yes, sir, I'm doing it.
Yeah, just do. Anshuman Sharma, tell me answer. Anshuman. Ayush Shanwal. Okay, I need answer from you. Okay. Further to solve the question. Okay. According the question, that is whatever the data given in question, the data rate of the link is 20 kbps. Okay. Twenty kbps. Okay. And next is propagation delay they have given, that is 400 millisecond. Okay. They are using go back in Windows is 10. Okay. And frame size is 100 byte long. Tell me what is the, that is the throughput what is the transmission time? T is equal to, this one is number of bit to transmitted divided by data rate of the link. How many bit are transmitted there? That is 100 byte. Okay, then 100, this is given in byte, then I have convert here into bit, 100 into 8 bit divided by data rate. Data rate is a they are given in 20 kbps. Okay, then answer is the transmission time is 40 millisecond. Then this is the transmission time, but I want to find the throughput. Okay, means how much speed we have to find, we have to get data. Then efficiency formula is like that, n into t divided by t plus 2 into d. Okay, that is d is a propagation delay. You have to put what is the n here, that is a window size of 10. Okay, and t is where is the t, that is the transmission time, this one is the t. Okay, divided by t plus 2 into propagation delay. Okay, then what is the answer of that efficiency? Tell me that particular, what is the answer of that efficiency? Anyone?
0.476.
0.476. Very good. Okay, then I want to find maximum data rate. Okay, that is the throughput, that E into that is the bandwidth. Okay, that is efficiency for 0.476 into bandwidth is 4 kbps. Okay, that lastly answer is this one. It's a very simple question, but very few students are answered this question. How many? 1, 2, 3. 3 question only given answer. Okay. You have any doubt?
What I'll do is I'll just give you the question, okay? So I hope you can work it out. So this is the, I'm going to share the question. 1 second. Is the question visible? Please try to do it as your homework.
Okay, we will stop class here because there is no much time to complete 2 to 3 another numerical. Okay, just take a view of the whatever Saurav is given question.
Okay, please take this question. This may be discussed in some other class. This question, and there are a few more remaining questions from the same chapter. So this will be discussed later on. For the time being, please note this question and try to solve them. And if you have solved them, you can send it to us either on Teams itself or you can email it to us. And if you have any doubts, feel free to contact us. Thank you so much. This will be all for today. You can leave.